really helpful. Really, really.
What struck you about Matt Rhule the more you heard about him through the process that made him the right man?
Work ethic, belief in work ethic, toughness, belief in people. You heard him talk about that today, what he was going to invest in the student athletes to rebuild here. He's going to know what to come here to do, right? And what you hear is what you get. No doubt in my mind about that, right? So you listen carefully to him, you heard exactly what excites us about it.
Could you just talk about Trev and his handling of the process throughout it? I mean,
exceptional. Exceptional. When I hired Trev not that long ago, right, less than 2 years ago, I knew we had hired the right person. He has not once, let me down in that belief. And we were talking earlier about, early on in this process, it's not that usual to conduct a search for a head coach over the vast majority of the season, like has occurred here. Since September 11th, basically the search has been on, and Trev very thoughtfully designed that the right way, and it checked all the boxes the right way, and ended up hiring his number one candidate from the beginning.
How many anxious nights are there in a 2-month process, or were there a lot?
I think Trev will tell you he hasn't slept a lot. Yeah, including last night. I think he will tell you he hasn't slept a lot because he's been doing his homework, routinely doing his homework through this whole time. But to be able to do it with he talked about analytics, he talked about all the boxes that he really needed to check in finding the right coach. He's done that very methodically. When you use the word deliberative on Saturday, how deliberative he's been. He'll kill me for saying this to the press. I call him net. Everything is the net to Trev. It's the way he thinks. That's my nickname for him. So net. I don't mean that just in dollars.
I got you.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah, bottom line.
What did you learn about the way that people view Nebraska football outside of here through this entire process?
I think they view Nebraska football as all the things that we know, as this historic legacy that we have here that is not where we want it to be currently. That we have a real rebuild, a real pivotal point. I forget whether it was Trev or I think Matt's actually the one that said that this afternoon. Is it a real critical turning point? But it's still viewed out there as this legacy of the great history of Nebraska football. Matt talked about that being one of the reasons he's here. Very clearly the university's legacy and history in that way. So.
Trev talked multiple